What's up, Superior TV? This is your boy DeLeo, and we are joined today by world-renowned singer-songwriter Julie Dexter in the house. How you doing today, sweetheart?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for blessing us with your presence today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we know that you're a very soulful and dynamic vocalist who's worked and been on stages with everyone from Jill Scott to Sade to nameless soulful artists that are out there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, who influenced you coming up as an artist?
I'm definitely influenced by icons such as Bob Marley, Sade actually, Omar, the jazz greats, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, Abbey Lincoln, Betty Carter. But also in the soul scene, people like Roberta Flack. Definitely was listening to Michael Jackson. Grew up with that whole introduction to the 80s. Was just into bands, like whether it's Average White Band and into the Stylistics. You know what I'm saying? Motown. That whole sound was very much a part of my growing up, my youth, getting into the point where you could go out and dance to music. So reggae music was part of my soundtrack for life. That was played in my house. My parents are Jamaican, so I grew up in a reggae household, and jazz was something I ventured to. Classical music was something I studied. So all genres of music has just been blessing and crossing my path since day one. So I'm definitely involved and around music in all genres, all styles, in all capacities.
Now, you're currently based in Atlanta, but tell us where you're originally from.
From Birmingham, England. Parents from Jamaica. Now reside in Atlanta. Like I said, I've been there for 10 years. Used to live in London before I came here. So pretty transatlantic, kind of overseas and Italian as well.
Now, a lot of people may not realize, but the UK has a great appreciation for soulful music. Now, with you being, from over there, but also now living in the South, do you think that creates a great environment to get exposed to a lot of different types of music?
Yeah, I think, particularly being in Atlanta, I've learned that America for us is a huge place, but it's very what's the word? I guess that, like, for example, England represents, it's like a melting pot. It's very cosmopolitan. Atlanta is like the South is the South. It's very different to New York. It's almost like cliquish in a way, but the sounds are regional. You know what I'm saying? Like the hip hop that comes out of the East Coast is different to the hip hop that comes from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very much aware here of all the genres and the styles and when sounds come in, and whether it was when Missy Elliott was hot, or Timbaland was hot, and it's The Dream now, whoever. It's very like faddish. With England, what I found is that we kind of just accepted music. It wasn't about where it came from or the color or what have you. It was just whether you liked it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Now let's talk about Julie Dexter's music. I gotta admit, I first heard about you with the Dexterity album back in 2002, and I gotta say, like, Faith and Catch a Vibe are like two of my favorite joints to this day. We actually play it on our Spirit Radio show. But let's talk about how you evolved from your first project, which was an EP, to the new project that's coming out now. Talk about the new project, which is called the Julie Dexter Collection. It's coming out later this fall.
The Julie Dexter Collection pretty much it's almost like, it's my little joke, but my greatest non-hits, because they haven't hit all over the world yet. They've hit underground, but they haven't hit on a major level. So it's almost like giving them, presenting them in a different way. It's the same songs, but putting them out there for those that don't know, but also for those that do know, giving them something new, which is the new tracks, which actually one of them is working with a producer in Atlanta. So that's that whole, working with the beats, like it's a hot track, and I wrote my vocals to it. That's evolving from like Peace of Mind, is where, I sat at the keyboard and wrote the songs and got the musicians to record it. That's a whole nother way of writing for me. When someone sends me a track and I write to it, that's just, you just write your, your lyric and your melody. With Peace of Mind, I wrote the bass line, I worked out what I wanted for the drums. It's all about the sound, and it was all live recorded.
Shades of delight, and they come call you. Rich, so rich as the night, and from you, and for you.
You mentioned a lot of artists who you've performed on stage with live, like Omar and Jill Scott, who have also praised you. But who would be like an artist who you haven't gotten an opportunity to work with yet that you would really like to collaborate with?
Man, there's so many people that, actually a lot of them are my friends, peers, that you may or may not know that are on the same path as me, just, you know, trying to make music and get the word out. You know, especially now with MySpace and Facebook, there's just so many people I could mention that you've probably never heard of, but everybody's getting their shine now because you can all, you know, put tracks and get 20,000 people listen to your track. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the people I could mention, I've already worked with a lot of them. From England, Eska, phenomenal vocalist who's going to be coming out with her own stuff. Marcina Arnold, another phenomenal vocalist from England. Producers, like I said, I'm meeting a lot of especially young guys who are, you know, this is what they've grown up. They've grown up on, you know, the beats, the sample. They're hip-hop children, what I call, and they're just coming with the beats, and the beats are just fresh. And, you know, they're coming from an angle where they don't know anything else, so that's just how they write. So they're finding different ways to present these beats, and it's so dope to me because, you know, like, I'm just like, oh, I'd love to do something over that beat, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you know, everybody raps and stuff, but like, I want to sing, I want to put a horn arrangement, I want to put some vocals, backgrounds, you know, I want to do stuff on that beat. That it inspires me.
Now, are you, do you currently have a tour coming up?
Well, I'm finishing doing Chicago today, obviously, and then I'm going on to DC and Virginia, and then I'm going to be going back to Atlanta to finish the album, you know, finish up the DVD, and then hopefully get the tour rolling after the album's released, which will be in the fall, so it's probably around September. Hopefully I'll be back in Chicago.
What can people expect when they come to a Julie Dexter show?
And expect a good vibration. You know, Catch a Vibe is one of my signature songs, and it's not by accident, but it's just the, you know, the vibration that I exude. I was just told this on the radio, so I'm just biting off the radio. That I exude is positive. It's make you feel good. It's like I want you to feel better than you did before you came here. I want you to smile a little bit more than you did and laugh a little harder. And if that means because you saw something that made you feel good about yourself or inspired you or even made you cry, but it's a tear of joy, then I'm happy for that. So if I can evoke emotion and it's a positive emotion and it's a positive vibration, then I feel I've done something.
Blessing my new days, blessing my old days, blessing our future days, blessing our yesterdays. He's blessing us always. He's blessing us always.
Well, Julie, we're definitely loving your vibe, and we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come talk with Superior TV. We got to have you back. Can you tell the fans out there what's coming up that we may be able to look for in addition to the album?
Okay, well, definitely check out the website, which is www.juliedexter.com, Juliedexter.com. Information on events coming up, bio, you can watch video footage, but definitely look out for the Julie Dexter collection. New single, It Ain't Easy, and the second single actually will be Happiness. I'm gonna kill you twice. Gonna have two, because I ain't never had a single. I've got two singles coming for you.
Superior TV, the lovely and dynamic Julie Dexter. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back. Y'all keep it right there.
I see colors, beautiful colors, blessing my new day. Love's coming my way. I was standing in orange sand, clear waters washed over my feet, purple skies reflected in lights. I smiled sweetly, amber sun's work was done.
This is Julie Dexter, and you're checking out Superior TV. Peace.
Get your vibe while the feelings lie. Don't wanna lose it. Don't let it pass you by. Cannot afford to lose it. Catch your vibe